Hey everybody, I'm Mel Bell, and I just want to document my Sisterlocks journey, and so I'm starting with this video today. I wrote down some topics and some bullet points so I don't forget to say anything that I meant to say. So starting off with basically, okay, so why did I want Sisterlocks? I have 3C here, and I was able to wash my hair, condition it, put some product in it, and I'd get some good curls. However, it was like an everyday thing. And every morning I have to wash my hair and condition it. And if I didn't wash it, I would just condition it, but I could get away with only like one day of not washing my hair. What compounded that problem is that I'm allergic to so many things, and so every day, the product, even the really good products that were kind of natural and low fragrance, would build up on my scalp, and my scalp would itch horribly. My scalp would basically break out, and so that was another reason why I was consistently always having to wash my hair. If I wasn't allergic to everything, it would be okay, but I was always itching, always scratching my head if I didn't wash it almost every day. So that's one thing. Another thing is I would wash it and condition it, and then in the shower I'd have to comb it out with the conditioner in. I'm sure everybody knows about that. And I really didn't like the hair coming out of the comb. I hate loose hair. Wet, loose hair grosses me out. Got it from my mom, can't shake it. It grosses me out. My own hair. Like, I do not like having to pick. I don't like it. Okay? I don't know. Stick it on the wall. And then when I get out, start getting ready for work, whatever, I take some toilet paper and wipe the wall and throw the hair in the trash. There was always hair fall. And I found also that I was getting a little thin up top, and I think that was just from consistently having to comb it, not being able to have certain detanglers, or special shampoos. A lot of the hair products for women of color with natural hair are highly perfumed, and they smell amazing, but they break me out. And when I get around doing things like that, like my neck would break out. I would break out around here, and behind my ears was horrible. So like I could only use the one and only argan oil curl cream. Smelled amazing. I loved it. I used it. But still I had to wash my hair at least every other day. So that being said, I'm a very practical person. I didn't like having to always do my hair. I wanted some freedom, like, and then I started seeing women with this hair, with Sisterlocks, and I started to research it, and the more I researched it, the more beautiful I thought it was. And I loved the fact that you could have like locks that look like hair, to be so thin and versatile that you could do all of these styles and you could curl it. And I felt like that is what I want. Now I spent a year putting it out there to the universe, like this is what I want. And I watched videos and the do's and the don'ts and why you shouldn't get Sisterlocks and why you should and the pros and cons of it. So I did some thorough research on getting them installed. So then I started really getting serious about it. For a little while there, I was just playing around with it. And I started meeting women. Just like walking to work, I would stop people in the street. I stopped a lady. I'm like, "Are those Sisterlocks?" And she's like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Well, how do you like them? And how do you feel about?" She's like, "Girl, it's the best thing that I ever did." I don't know how many women I talked to in grocery stores and just on the bus and just that I ran into that I approached that told me it was the best thing I ever did was to get Sisterlocks. And so that confirmed for me, yeah, that I should look into it. And then I'd be like, where'd you get them done at? And they'd be like, oh, in Atlanta or something like that. And I'm in California. And so I'm like, man, and I can't find anybody who I run into with Sisterlocks who got them done here. So then there was the journey of finding the right person. So I went back and forth about getting my Sisterlocks done by a true loctician who had been certified, or was I going to go do it at a lock shop and get it done by somebody who knew how to do it, like they had the tool or whatever. And something just kept saying to me, no, I'm going to pay a lot of money for this. I want the right person to do it. And so I decided at the end, I'm not going to just have somebody who's not certified do it. Now, at one point there was a shop. The lady said that she does Sisterlocks. But then when I replied back and said, well, the lady that you guys have doing Sisterlocks isn't on the Sisterlocks website. Nobody ever replied back to me. So I'm like, well, forget them. I heard recently that there are people who are on the Sisterlocks website that are certified, and there are also people who are not on the Sisterlocks website that are certified, that you have to pay a certain amount to stay on that site. I didn't know that at the time, so I followed the rule of only getting a loctician on the website. Excuse me, I'm just going to grab my drink real quick. Okay, rookie mistake. Sorry about that. So, that being said, so I kept looking. I found this lady, and she had her own shop. And I went there, and she was really nice, older African woman. She had a very elder vibe to her, like a grandmother. I really liked her a lot. She put in a few locks in the back, and I immediately noticed that the locks like had long hairs sticking out everywhere. And I was like, so what do you guys do for that? Would you cut that off? And she said, yeah, that's called part of the grooming. I'm like, okay. And then she put another one on the other side, which was neater, and had less hair sticking out. And I guess, I don't know, I guess maybe she didn't try too hard the first couple of locks. I didn't like that. She said to me, this is probably going to take like 5 days, and I'm probably going to have to bring somebody in to help me. So my hair is, let's see, so it's only grown, let's say, maybe that much. I'm going to get to the details about my hair in a minute, but it's only grown like this much. So this is my natural hair, and this is how long it was. And so understandable why it was going to take so long for her to get it done. But when she said she was going to bring somebody else in, I immediately in my mind, I'm like, I don't want more than one person in my hair doing my locks. Like, I don't want different locks. And what if one person does it one way and the other person does it another way? I didn't like that. She was not certified. Now, when I got there, she had all the stuff. She had the paperwork. So maybe she was certified, but she just didn't pay and be on the website, which, I don't know, didn't make a lot of sense to me because she has her own shop. You would think that she would want to have that advertisement. Anyways, but I liked her as a person. I hugged her when I left. I really liked her, but I could not. I had concerns. And so then I found somebody else. And I went to her, and I visited her. She charged me $25. Now, the first lady didn't charge me at all. But this lady charged me $25 to do a consultation, and she put in some Sisterlocks. I had cut out the the Sisterlocks that the other lady had put in. It had been like 2 months. And so I cut them out, and she's like, well, these are locking already. So I said, you know, my hair wants to lock. That's what it wants to do, because I don't know if you can relate, but I used to come home from work, I'd tie my hair back in a ponytail, and I go to sleep, and I swear it was like my hair went and had a party while I was dreaming, because the middle of my hair would be all just locking together, like just all tangled up. Like, where did you go? What were you doing? Why is my hair like this? I just did it this morning. I just combed it out this morning. How is it that overnight it's like just so tangled? And it hasn't done anything. Anyways, so there's that. So I just felt like this is what my hair wants to do. My hair naturally wants to dread up, and I think that I should let it do it. I should do this. So she looked at it. Also, the lady who did the first locks, she put a big knot on the end, like a big knot. And I was like, I don't want all of my locks to have this huge knot on the end of them. It was a messy knot. And this second lady was able to look at it and say, oh, I see how she did this. Well, this is how I do it. And it was so nice. As you can see, it was so nicely done. If I can show you. I don't know where I can show you on my palm of my hand, but you can't really, there's a knot there, but it was such a fine knot that you can't really even, there it is. I can feel the knot, but she made me such a small little knot that you can't even see it. You can feel it where it happens, but it just kind of turned into a part of my hair. Anyways, so needless to say, I fell in love with her. I was like, yes, please. And we started talking about the price, and my hair was so long, and you know, they measure your hair, and they base the price on that. And so I understood my hair is long, it's going to take a long time. And I was like, I'm starting to think I should just cut my hair off so that I can get them and have it much shorter and just let it grow out. But I spent so long just letting my hair grow. And she was like, you shouldn't cut your hair. I mean, your hair is beautiful. It's all the same length. Like, it's going to be beautiful. And when you put it in, it's going to be long. You should keep it. And so I debated on that. But she told me the price, and I was like, let me think about it. And I started thinking, like, how am I going to get these done? Should I put it on my credit card? I have to split it on 2 credit cards. Can I keep up with those payments? I went through it all. It was like, what is the monthly fee going to be on each one of these credit cards if I do this? I was serious. And then I just came to terms with it. I can't get these locks. And I told her, and I said, I have a bonus coming up in April. And so I'll get back to you. Like, you're the person I want to do my locks. She had her own, it was at her house, but she had transformed her front room into her studio. And basically she has a TV and the chair in front of the TV and everything. So anyways, I went, I resigned myself not to get them done. This was October of last year, and 2019. And so I was just like, I just can't do it. I really wanted to do it in the last week of the year because my company has a week off at the end of the year, and I was like, what a perfect time for me to get it done while I'm off for a week. It just all seemed perfect, but I could not afford it. And then the funniest thing happened. I had did a big project at work, and I got an award, a cash award for it. And the same day that I got that award, this lady, the loctician, contacted me via text and said, I'm doing 20% off of the price that I've quoted. to people who have come for consultations. And I just want to see if you're interested, and if that helps you with the price. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is supposed to be, this is like divinely guided, supposed to be. I was so happy, and I was like, yes, I'm down, like, let's do this. And then she had to move around a few things so that we could get that week at the end of the year. And so that's where I ended up, was with this lady. And so as you can see, well, I'm not done talking about this. So let's see, where are we? We're just 15 minutes in. Good. So, first day. Okay, check this out. First day, she did, because she had to do my grid and everything, right? She did about this much with my hair. And I was like, I saw all my scalp. I went home with all my scalp just naked to the world. And you know, when you first get your Sisterlocks, they're even thinner than this. And I was like, I've made a mistake. I don't know. Oh my goodness, what did I do? Like, I can't look like this. What was I thinking? I had a crisis. I had a existential crisis. Like, I was thinking, you know, no man is ever gonna date me again. Nobody's gonna want me looking like this. What is my job gonna think? My boss is gonna hate it. I have to greet people all the time. I'm one of the faces of the company. I can't be looking like this. Oh my gosh, so much doubt. I had so much doubt. And it's so funny because I spent a year researching this and being certain that this is what I wanted. I spent a year looking at the videos of what people look like when they first get it done. And I'm recalling a woman saying, listen, you're going to see your scalp. You know, like, just know that you're going to see your scalp. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it. I can do that. I'm fine with that. No. I was not fine with that. Once it was on my head and I saw what it was going to look like, I was like, okay, I made a mistake. So then I told my cousin, I think I made a mistake. I feel like I'm going to have to go there tomorrow for my second day and ask her to take them out. Take out this chunk that you just spent all this time putting into my head. And I changed my mind. Oh, and as the day progressed. Oh, that's right. So there was a first session. The second day, we had a day off. And then we were going to go full on after that. So I had a day, which was a really good thing because I had a day to contemplate and process what I had decided to do, what it looked like. And throughout that day, my cousin, she couldn't really help me because she's not a dread person, you know. She doesn't do locks. She likes the versatility of her hair. She could only say, you know, it'll be okay, you know, you'll make the right choice or whatever. And my sister, I left a message for my sister. I Marco Polo my family. I don't know if you know about the app, but I sent her a video. And I said, I need you to talk me down. And then towards the night, I was like, all of these reasons that I am not wanting to get my hair done is because of what other people think and what men are going to think. And I got mad. That society had conditioned me that I could not be comfortable doing this to my hair. And then I started thinking about like a time I had this shirt that I really loved, and it was like red and yellow and green, and I remember like questioning if I should wear it to work because I felt like it was too ethnic to wear to work. And I remember getting mad at questioning that, even thinking that in my mind. And I suddenly just got really mad, like, I'm not going to let society stop me from getting this done. And then I decided to search on YouTube, Sisterlocks Don't Give Up. And I came across a video from the Stovers, and she talked about working in corporate America. She talked about her grid. Like, you can see her grid very, very good in her hair. And she's like, it's just my scalp, and it's fine. It's my scalp. And I was like, yeah, it's just your scalp. Like, what's the problem? And so by the time that I woke up the next morning to go to my second day, I had felt a lot better. It was still a little iffy. And then I checked my messages, and my sister had left me a video, and she said, you got this. You can do this. You researched this for a year. This is what you want. You know this is what you want. And then she started talking about, you can wear a headband or something so that you can hide it until it starts to look right. But this is a process, and you're gonna love it. And she has friends who have Sisterlocks. Anyway, so by the time I get to the door of my loctician's house, she opens the door, and she's got sage burning in her. It's funny because I burn sage. She has sage burning just a little bit. She cleansed the area. And she opened the door, I walked in, I just hugged her. And I said, I'm going through emotions right now. And she just, oh, that's okay. It happens. It's normal for you to feel that way. And I was like, man, I was like, I was going to ask you to take them all out. And she was like, really? And then she just she didn't tell me not to get it. She didn't tell me to keep with the process. She just waited, and I was like, I'm in. I'm 100% in. Let's keep doing this. And after that, I was certain. Anyways, so it took us like 5 days. Well, 4 days minus that one day, I think. I have 420 locks. And so she put them in. She worked very hard. That woman rarely took a break. At some points, I'd be like, listen, let's just eat, So anyway, she did all of them, and she did them by herself, and she did an excellent freaking job. So that was on we started on the 26th. We got done on New Year's Eve, and there was a day off within that time. New Year's Eve was a very short day. And I had hair. She had left hair out, so I had about this much more hair that was left out. And she I said, you know what? I know my hair, and my hair is going to, it's all going to tangle. It's all going to dread up together. So I need you to cut that off. And so I just want to show you, maybe you can see with this white background, and you can get a real good look, there you go, of my locks. Okay, so let me see. So there's still like a little bit. There goes one. So you can see that they are. She did such a good job. She did such a good job. They're all so uniform. Anyways, so let's talk about how it felt. It's uncomfortable, to say the least. It's uncomfortable when you first get your locks put in. Your head's gonna hurt. Your head's gonna itch. And so now here we are. It's January 27th or 26th, I think. And so I've had my locks in for almost a month. This is my first retightening that she just did. So I'm not the kind of person, I mean, I don't know. I've seen everybody like actually go in and want to look at their grid. But I haven't done that. But as you see, my scalp's pretty happy and clean right now. I'm almost due for a wash. Um, and while I'm talking to you about the rest of this, I'm going to do the braid and band. So I do that every night. I braid and band. I braid and band when I wash it. And I have found that that has really helped. Also, what's really helped, I've heard people say their locks like to marry each other and get stuck together. But if you are putting your hands in your locks, that won't happen. So I do this a lot. Um, I've got, see, I've had a part here that I was putting over there. So now it wants to come over here. I don't like that. I want it to fall regularly. There you go. So there you go. So I did give that a little tug because I want the roots to be flexible, not stuck one way or the other. Anyways, so here's what I did. I had the sugar scrub, right? So before I went and got my hair, my locks installed, I scrubbed my scalp with a sugar scrub. And then I did a clarifying shampoo. This for me, so it has been said that you should do a deep condition since you're not going to be able to wash your hair for a little bit. That wouldn't have worked for me because I'm allergic to so many things, and the buildup would have made my scalp itch horribly. And so I did the clarifying shampoo to strip my scalp of any kind of products, moisturizers, or anything that would make it make my head itch. Did my head itch? Yes, my head still itched. So there is an itch that has nothing to do with your scalp being dirty or anything like that. It has to do with your follicles and your scalp being stretched. I'm probably not explaining that the scientific true way, but anyways, point being is that itch that people feel when they first get them put in is not just your dry scalp. It's part of it, but there's an itch because of you're stretching this hair. And so, sorry, I got a message there. So when I braid and band, this is what I do. Oh, anyway, so I made this scalp spray. Now I had decided when I got these put in that I was going to do what I wanted to do. I watched enough videos to hear about don't put no product in, don't put no lotion in, don't be conditioning it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, what I did do is make a scalp spray. And I put in the witch hazel, which I read and what my loctician told me that was okay. And I put some tea tree oil in it, and I put some peppermint oil in it. Both are very good for dandruff on the scalp and the health of your scalp. And so that's what I did. So I'm just going to show you real quick here. I just braid and banded. I only do 4. Now, if I'm going to wash my hair, I'll do about 8. I'll do 4 on this side and 4 on this side. But I just did 1. So I used to do this so that the end was looped. But I stopped doing that because I didn't like how the band was catching those ends. And then my ends were starting to have some issues. So I got these ouchless bands. And even so, I never used the rubber bands that came in the Sisterlocks package. But even so, sometimes my hair gets caught on it, like when I'm trying to take it off. So let me say this. When you're taking off the rubber band, you want to treat these like your babies. You don't want to just grab an end and pull. Like, that's what I wanted to do, and I was like, no. You're really gonna want to undo them. So now, as you see, there's no hair lost. And you want to be delicate, careful with your ends as they go through their process. right? So anyways, there's that. So braid and band. And then I don't know why people complain about this. It takes me what, like 5 or 10 minutes to braid and band my whole head, because I'm only doing 4. So there's that. Putting in the braids. Scalp spray I've been doing about every it's hard not to do this without looking, so let me look in the camera right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I've been doing that scalp spray every about 2 days. And what I do, I don't spray my hair, I spray my scalp. And so I will spray, let's see, I'll spray the 4 lines, the 4 parts. Sometimes then I'll lift it up and I'll get like the rim. I'll get here and here behind my ear and stuff. And that's just for the fact of my scalp is going through a change, you know? And so I have felt that change with my scalp. The thing is, okay, so with a disclaimer that I have 3C hair, I've done these things. I also did an apple cider vinegar wash. Again, I only did the roots. I got in there with my hands like this and got that apple cider vinegar all up in it. Now, that being said, this is what worked for me. Now, people, I researched a lot. People are like, don't mess with your locks. Don't be touching on them. Don't be doing this. Don't be doing that. Yeah, that might be the case for you. I think certain things about this process, this journey, you're going to need to decide your own, what you're going to do with your hair, because I took a chance. I decided that this is what I was going to do with my hair as far as the oils and stuff, and it worked out for me, because my first appointment after the install, my loctician was so happy with me. She was so happy with the health of my scalp. She was so happy with my ends. There was no bunching. I had no bunching at all. So and I had one married in the back. So I just do my hand just like you would a comb and just be gentle. If you hit a snag, don't yank. Just, slowly go through it. You gotta treat your hair delicately. That's what I've learned with these locks. Not even what I've learned, what I've wanted to do. I mean, when you sit there and you spend all that time and all that money to get them put in, they're your babies, and you're like, you treat them like your babies, and they're gonna be kind to you. I am very excited. Now, when I first got them put in, man, the top of my head was so bare. It really looked like I was half bald, and I had come to accept, if that's what it's going to look like for the rest of my life, then that's what it's going to look like. But I had said to myself, you can get it done. And if you don't like it in a year, you can cut it all off. And I've done the big chop twice. So I was down for that. I was like, that calmed me down, because I'm not scared to cut all my hair off. I've done it. I have great curls. I have cut it down to 1 inch before, so it is what it is, right? Anyways, I don't know. I feel very happy. I'm not regretting anything. I've done the band 2 knots, and I've gotten some really nice curls. Let me look at my list here. So I'm gonna do another video where I will show you guys. Is there one hanging out? There's always one that's that didn't get in. Look, it's always a rebel lock hanging out somewhere. every time, there's always one. Um, oh, and then I got this little one. She did a really good job. Oh well, it's hiding right now. I have it tucked away too because those spots where I cut the locks out, she had to make little baby locks. And so the first time it just came undone. But this time it's grown a little bit, so I think it's going to stay in this time. And I just need to be mindful of the fact that it's there. So the money will come. If you want Sisterlocks, the money's going to come to you to get your Sisterlocks. Invest in someone who's certified. I think that's really important for professionalism, and also you want to be with the right person. This person's gonna be sitting with you doing your hair for like 4-5 days, 3 to 5 days. You're not gonna want to be around some trifling person. You want to be around someone you like. And I think, and not even just trifling person, you just might not vibe with the person. So it's okay to go to more than one loctician. Just like you go to more than one apartment before you decide where you want to live, right? So just know you're developing a relationship with this person, and they are in your hair. They're in your head. I don't want nobody's negative energy on my head. I don't. So I had to feel her out, and I had a good vibe from her, and I was right. Because we spent so much time together, and she made it such a pleasant experience. And she was supportive when she needed to be. She was cool. She let me watch movies. She talked when I wanted to talk. So, I mean, she's a really cool lady. I'm very happy that it was her who did my hair. And I think that it's very important that the person that you have do your hair is someone that you vibe well with. This is rose water. So I really love this brand, the Heritage Store. Now this is rose water and glycerin. This is what I used to use. I like to spray this on my face. Like, I twirl in rose water spray in the morning before I go to work. That's what I do. Spray it in the air and I walk through it and I twirl. And for me, it's just a way to, bring myself into a positive place. But it's also really good for your skin. Like, I always get it on my face. I give a little glow, and there's a smell of roses. It doesn't stay with you all day because it's not a perfume. It's just rose water. And so this one with the glycerin, I do not use this on my hair because it has glycerin in it. But there's one just like this. It's just straight rose water. And so I use that one for my hair as a setting spray because I can't use setting lotion because I wig out. So I found that this works perfectly fine. So does water when you're washing your hair. And then once you're done washing your hair, you can then put your hair in a style while it's wet, and it will hold that. So I'm sure that there's lock setting sprays that would do a better job, and there would be a longer hold, but that's just not my reality. And one of the reasons I got Sisterlocks was to not have to deal with that anymore, with it breaking out and itching and all of that. So I found that I wash my hair once a week seems to be the right combination. Is washing it once a week, and spraying it my roots like every other day. And that combination on that scalp spray is peppermint oil, sage oil, tea tree oil, and witch hazel. I just recently added the sage because I want to thicken my hair up. And so since I'm a little thin up top, I want to thicken that up. And sage oil helps thicken and grow hair. Once I washed it the very first time, it did plump up, which was a relief. Because it did look very thin But the loctician was right. She said, just wait until you wash it. It's going to be better. So I will show you guys a video of how to wash it. This is my braid and band. It's very simple. And this is one of the caps that I have. Now, the only problem with this cap is that there's a button that goes here, and that button came off. I have the button. I'm going to sew it back on. But now I don't have any, I can't tighten it right now. But anyways, this does work very well. You sleep really good on it. I also got from Ross, what did I get from Ross? Silk pillowcases. So normally when I try to sleep with something on my head, it falls off in the middle of the night. So I got silk pillowcases. Now this is, what was it called? Fairy Black Mother. Fairy Black Mother. This is also a really nice one. I like it. And I just tuck my braids back. So the ones on one side, I tuck them in that way. And then the ones on this side, I tuck that way. So that they're not all bent up, because your Sisterlocks take on the form of anything. So in any shape, anyways. And so this stays on pretty well. But I do notice that oftentimes the back will be a little exposed right there. So I think it's still a good thing even if you find something like this that you can sleep with it on, that you get silk pillowcases, because that way you're not breaking any of the back. Speaking of which, the silk pillowcases were $5 for 2 at Ross. And I got a turbo, I think this was called a Turby towel for when you wash your hair. This is microfiber, and you just do this and then you twist it. Wait a minute, sorry. And then there's see the little loop right there? And then there's a little button in the back. Let me get it up there. Oh, I'm horrible. Hang on. Excuse me. Here we go. All right, here we go. There's a button in the back. And you just walk around with your hair like this while it's drying. I haven't found a microfiber towel that's actually the size, that's the size of a regular towel. So I went to Target, and Target had microfiber towels in the house section where they have the cleaning stuff, like the brooms and stuff. So I got a microfiber towel that's this big. And I got 2 of them. They came as a pack, and that works fine for me. So I dry just like this, squeezing, and they take a lot of water. They suck up a lot of moisture. So for now, that's what I'm using until I can find a large microfiber towel in this microfiber. So my hair gets dry pretty quick that way. So we're getting pretty close to an hour here, so I didn't mean for this to be so long, but I had so much to say because I'm so excited about my Sisterlocks. What are the beautiful things since I got my Sisterlocks? Being able to wake up, unbraid my hair, put my hands in it, and do my regular other stuff, like put my makeup on and stuff, and go, is a gift. It is a wonderful thing. It is wonderful. It's beautiful. Being able to easily put my bantu knots in, I'll show you how I do that another video as well. And then my hair just curls up. I love every little lock. I love them. I think they're beautiful, and I think that you have a relationship with your hair that's different than when it's natural, when it's not locked. Like, there's a relationship that you end up having with your hair, because you learn about your hair, you learn about your hair grade, you learn about what your hair likes, what your scalp likes, what your scalp wants from you. You're not doing things because this is what society tells you to do. When you get your hair, when you go natural with your hair, you go through a change like that, where you have to learn your hair, and this is another step of learning your hair. And because your scalp is now going through a change, you learn about the health of your scalp and how to make your scalp healthy. And it's a journey. And when they said it was a journey, they were not kidding. Like, that 1.5 days of being unsure about getting these done was a self exploration. It was a boost in my self-love and self-esteem to say, I don't care what anybody thinks. And of course, I'm going to find somebody to love. And of course, a man's going to love me and want me with Sisterlocks. I mean, all that was but just a bunch of fear-based bullshit. You will look beautiful in your Sisterlocks. If it's what you want to get, you might get them done and you're like, that was not what I was expecting. But just hang in there with them. Let them go through their process. Be very loving and kind to your hair, and follow the directions of your loctician as best as you can. And again, I did certain things that my loctician did not advise. She didn't say don't put no oil in your hair. She said don't put no conditioner in your hair. She says she did use tea tree oil to help with her scalp, and that you could use witch hazel. I just upped it a little bit by adding other things, other oils like peppermint. Peppermint is a nice cooling sensation, and it's also very good for your scalp. So I did do things I wasn't advised to do, but I also wasn't told not to do. So I did have, it was possible that I could have walked in there with my install, I mean with my first retightening, having my hair jacked up, like her finding bunching and things like that. She was so delighted with the health of my locks in my scalp, in my ends, that I was like, yay! Like, I'm so happy because I want to do these things with my scalp and my hair. I'm not conditioning my locks right now. I'm washing it with a Sisterlocks shampoo, and I'm putting tea tree oil and peppermint oil in the Sisterlocks shampoo. So I'm looking at washing it once a week right now, because that seems like what my scalp wants. That might change. I might start being able to wash it less once my scalp has gone through the change completely. We'll see what happens. Anyways, again, so this video is long. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you enjoy other videos. I also just wanted to document this for myself and remember what it was like when I first got them done, and see what it's gonna end up being. When I get a little more sophisticated with this whole YouTube thing, I will put up pictures of my natural hair before I got it done, and pictures of what it looked like when I got it done, before she started locking it up. Anyways, okay, well, thank you for watching. Please feel free to like my video and subscribe. If you did like this content, make sure you give me a like and subscribe. And lastly, I am a spiritual person, and I do have another page where I do spiritual things, and you can find me at Mel Bell Oracle. 3 words, Mel Bell Oracle. I separated these because I want people to learn about Sisterlocks, enjoy my journey and the tips that I find work and things like that without having to sort through my spiritual videos. And so I split it in half so that they live in 2 separate places. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.